Everybody's here, and that means we can get down to business.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
What if we told you nothing is as it seems? That the Earth is moving from a 3D reality into a 5D consciousness stream of enlightenment?
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Well, it is. Welcome to The Quantum Shift, your weekly 1-hour gateway to a higher consciousness, paving the way to fifth density.
I think that people are going to like this.
It is time to expand your understanding of the universe and experience life in an entirely new way. With your awakened hosts, Dr. Mugzzi and Digital Tom.
Hi everybody, welcome back. All right, so let's do the dating site. All right, they're going to do dating site. Only QSI people get to date each other. Yeah, you guys are special. You know, what's going to happen is that they have bad people that are going to infiltrate. They're going to infiltrate the dumb men that don't have a clue, that have a good heart, and they're blindly going to get stolen by these women that are going to come in. They know you have a wallet. All they got to do is sneak in there and go get you. Or women, you know, you go to the bathroom. What are these men doing with your wallet? They already have the information. You just don't know. And if one of those people gets raped or murdered, QSI is guilty. Because they set it up. They have precautions. Are they screening those people, or are they going to say, oh, know your own customer? No, I don't care what you say. There is laws in place right now that affects what you do and say. But apparently nobody wants to look those up. So I went ahead and posted them on my website, consciousness963.com. Go ahead and look those up, would you? So there are punishments for cyber crimes. I actually posted each state that will have its own punishment, financial penalty for each single person that's coming towards QSI. And during the break, we just got a phone call from one of these support groups. They have documentation from the last 3 years of all the scams that QSI is doing. I'm sorry, I can't keep my mouth shut. I don't like to play these games, but they are entrapping people into embezzlement. They're stealing from them. They are lying to them. They're conning them into things that they shouldn't be doing. And I'll tell you something. You don't have to do a group fund to get money, to get a better deal. Tom and I have been watching this for a while, and what we do with our people, we call it the street sweepers, is that we let them launch this vulnerable situation where everybody's throwing in their addresses and they're in these groups and they're all, yeah, we're all fun. Huh? Here's my picture. Look at me. And they're putting themselves in a victimization state and they don't even realize it. And these people have a history, 3 years of scamming people. And I'm sick of it. I'm very sick of it. And maybe it's not Emily. Maybe it's not Cranker. Maybe it's not Nick. Like I said, they're nice people. But if there is somebody that is attached to them, they are responsible and they are seen through the court of law as accomplices. And they will be held accountable. And if the person that is doing the crime splits, then the court gets access to your money, your houses, your cars, whatever you own will belong to the state and it will be divvied up amongst the people that have been scammed because you guys didn't protect them. And that's wrong. Tom.
Yes, when you talk about the street sweepers, one of the things that, I've been closely, I'm a trader just like you guys are. I work with people helping them protect themselves, but learn how to basically fumble through their wallets, the basic stuff. But when I go and I get BlackRock and I spend $1,000 on it because we were gangbusters. We're like, we're in it to win it. Let's go for it. We put $1,000 in, and then all of a sudden, about, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks later, I'm working with somebody. I see that they have like 200,000 tokens of BlackRock. I put $1,000 in, and I'm having like, I don't know, 65,000 of them. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? The price dropped so dramatically. I went in and spent, a couple $100 more. I figured if I liked it at the high price, I'm going to like it at the lower price. And I went in and bought, and I got 200,000 or close to it. Shortly after, it was like 3 weeks to a month later. So we realized, why are we paying top dollar for these when we just wait 2 weeks and they go down in price? Now,
so wait, who's to say that they're not jacking up the prices, right? So let's just hypothetically say that you're buying these tokens and they get jacked up in price to 25 cents. All right, it was 0.009 when they started. Remember, they're starting these frickin' tokens by the developers that have no wealth, and then they're getting it at nothing, driving up the price, and then turning around and selling it. And is her whole team doing this? Is that where they're making the money? Because, heaven forbid you're a patriot and have a real job. Where is the money going? Who's doing what? Because to me, this is highly suspect that all of a sudden they have something out of nothing. They're driving up the price. And then after everybody gets in it, then they sneak out the back door, right? They take their money and run. Then they turn it around and they do it over and over and over and over again. Hurry up, 24 hours. That's another piece of shit, because you need time to investigate. Where is this? What company is this? What's the management hierarchy? I asked Emily, please do more on exposing the company that we're supposed to be investing in. And she told me that, hey, that was my old job. I'm really good at that. But she never does it. All she does is she fanfares this, quick, get in, let's be a group, come on, and we'll all make cupcakes, which is bullshit, because people are losing their wealth. Not only that, but it's also an energy thing. You're taking somebody that should be having a happy, celebratory experience, that they're creating generational wealth, and we have these fraudsters, either knowingly or not, that are contributing to people losing their money, their hard-earned money. They call that embezzlement. It's a felony. It's a fraud. And if you're going to have a Telegram channel, right? I looked up the law. You can look this up. It's called a fiduciary obligation and duty to protect each and every one of those people on your website. And if they're buying those tokens, it's your responsibility to make sure they're purchasing the right ones. Now, don't you think it's just a little crazy? I mean, Tom and I tried to open up a token, right? It takes a little bit of time. How is it that they are writing this script to make these tokens and getting them approved at Stellar and Dex or whatever they're doing, and then they launch it, and then within seconds, minutes or whatever, 15 other ones go up? Now, who's behind that? And if we can put a gold star on my channel right here that I'm using Skype for the show, I have a blue mark, or on X now you can have a gold mark. Why can't we have that with the tokens? Why do we have to be subjected to this fraud and embezzlement? And it's wrong to think that, oh, thanks to be you type attitude that you didn't know.
Well, the problem is, okay, Muggsy, let's just look at this realistic, folks. Okay, they put together a training program for people, and they're like, look, if we're teaching you how to protect yourself, and they got all this information, tier 1, 2, and 3, and that's fine. It's all free. Everything's free, by the way, because don't be a patriot, because you can't charge anybody anything. You got to work for free, folks. Okay, but anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. Here's the thing. What are they doing when they hear people that are having issues with that? Are they incorporating strategies, and are they helping people? And I know that a lot of people that are really good and they have great intentions that are following QSI, and they love QSI. However, we're seeing a lot of people, good people, get hurt, and this is emotional damage as well. And the point is that Emily or Nick or any of the crew working for QSI, if you guys are getting the same calls we're getting, I mean, something has to give. Something. If Emily's working with all these developers, what is it like? I guess because you didn't learn, you didn't go through our training, it sucks to be you. And it's free. So that's their excuse, Muggsy. And by law, after reading what you put on Consciousness 963, honestly, my eyes got big. I was like, oh, wow. I mean, this spells it out. They actually are supposed to give you a warning. When you guys go to these websites, like, for instance, the website that just showed up, the stellardex.io. I was looking at that. Look, I want to read this. It says privacy policy. They're saying your computer might be compromised. The Stellar Dex website might be compromised. They're telling you guys can be hacked. So my question to QSI is, what are you guys doing for protecting the people that you say that you love and your community? How are you protecting them when we're still getting calls? What is it, 2-3 years? I guess they're patriots, or they're not a part of it, or they're against you. So either we're with you or we're against you. That's like high school stuff? Look, the call I got today, the guy's just lost $8,000. Man, that's a lot of freaking money, folks. Okay, I mean that, and most of these people are 50 and above. So a lot of this is their life savings, or maybe some of their retirement stuff.
Profile and targeting, that is a crime. They're targeting people that don't know about computers, and they're not very savvy, and they're specifically targeting them. And those are the ones that are the chosen ones that get to go to the moon. Okay, don't even get me started. So let me just stop for a second. According to the FBI Internet Crime Report, the country loses more than $3.5 billion every year in internet crimes. The Bureau's Internet Crime Complaint Center, which is also known as the IC3, receives an average of 1,300 reports a day from individuals and businesses that have fallen victim to cyber crimes. Criminals are getting smarter by the day and are employing a host of highly sophisticated tactics to defraud unsuspecting victims of their hard-earned cash. Forget about those old famous Nigerian prince scams. Internet crime has evolved and takes on more form, including hacking, identity theft, and computer fraud. Federal and state governments have put laws in place that criminalize certain online activities. You need to read up on these statutes to understand what qualifies as cyber crimes and associated with penalties. Here's everything that you need to know in a nutshell. Cybercrime is defined as any criminal offense committed via the internet or aided in some way by various forms of computer technology. This definition has been expanded in recent years to include online harassment. Are we getting that? Oh yeah, quick, hurry. Are you in the group? 24 hours later, and then they find you somewhere else on other social media networks, sending all kinds of information that could put you in a compromising position. Maybe old texts are saved and then used against you. So this arguably is the most common form of internet crime. It involves a fraud person posing as a legitimate and often well-known entity to trick unsuspecting victims into divulging personal information, including a username, passwords, bank account information, credit cards, wallet addresses, and secret codes or secret keys. This mode of deception is a form of social engineering where cyber criminals manipulate the victim into doing something that they're not comfortable doing. And that's why there's 2 hours left. Quick, quick, quick. Go ahead. Your turn. Jump in there.
Yeah, I just want to add too that think about it. You're getting into the group funds, folks, and you're putting your public address into the QSI group fund. But the problem that I had with that personally, I didn't get into them in the beginning, but I wanted to get into it and see what you guys were experiencing. Well, however, once you give that address to the group fund, you click on the link to see if you did it correctly. Hopefully it's not a free donation to QSI if you made a mistake. And then what happens is now you see everybody's that participated in the group fund public address to their wallet. Now, if you take that to Stellar Export, you can put their address in and see every token they have. You can see their balances. You can profile people doing that. And so you have a lot of good people trying to get in to make money and do they're a part of it. They're excited. And then of course you're opening the door. It's like, come on in, anybody and everybody participate in the group fund. So my question is, what are you guys doing to protect it? I know you just opened up this new website, Emily, and I'm sure you're going to hear this show, the stellardex.io, and it's supposed to prevent them from making mistakes when they put their information in, so they're not making a donation if they don't do a memo tag, or if they put,
So wait a minute. So on QSI, they have a privacy document, don't they?
Not that I know of, and not that I know of. Now, I could be wrong.
Okay, that is breaking the law right there, because you have to have a privacy policy. Everywhere you go, there is one that's up. Anytime there's money moving, you have to have a privacy policy. Number two, you read me something from was it Stellar or Dex Stellar? What? And I told you save it for the show. Their policy. Can you start reading that, and then I'm going to stop you?
Well, no, it was the stellardex.io that I just read. In the bottom of it, I mean, they're giving you full disclosure. They're saying...
No, they're not. Go ahead.
Well, it says, crypto assets are subject to high market risk and volatility. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Investments in blockchain assets.
So all that is saying is that they're not responsible for whether or not the token goes up in value or down in value. That's all that means. Okay, go on next.
Okay, and then it says, let's see, assets may result in loss or part or all of your investments. Stellar Dex does not endorse any assets on the Stellar network. Please do your own research and use caution. And in part of this privacy policy at the very bottom, I read it earlier, it does say specifically, your computer might be compromised. Your Stellar Dex website, the one I'm looking at, might be compromised. The one I just clicked on. They're telling you, hey guys, be careful. Even when you're clicking on the website, it could be compromised.
Okay, so here's where I have a problem. And this is what I told you to wait for. When they say that our website can be compromised, that it might not be safe. So tread at your own will, right? It's up to you. They're admitting already that they're not safe and secure. So they're breaking the law. They're admitting it. It's just like if you have a dog that bites. And so you put up a sign that says, do not enter backyard, the dog bites. You're admitting to everybody, the public, that your dog bites. So if your dog gets out and bites somebody, you've already admitted that your dog bites. You've already lost your case. So if anybody is admitting that their website is not secure, they're admitting that they have a problem. And if anything happens, they are vulnerable to that problem. You see what I mean? It doesn't mean that you erase accountability. If I have a bunch of swords going to my front door and I say, oh, watch out for the swords, it's on your own risk. If somebody falls, I'm the one that's going to get in trouble, right? I can't say, oh, you dumb shit, you're the one that fell. No, that's not the way the court looks at this. You have a fiduciary duty and obligation to make sure that your website is secure. And if you can't, then you shut it down. You just don't willy-nilly let everybody come on and then let them get scammed. That's wrong in the court of law. So it says, gone are the days where people will pickpocket on the subway, or they'll steal your purse. Those days are over because there's so little to get at that point. Where the fraudsters have gone is the internet. And they're usually those that play like they don't know what they're doing, right? They feign this ignorant, oh, I don't know computers. And then they end up that they're like this incredible hacker, or they know people that are hackers that are on the other side. So if you go to the dark web scary stories, you will see where they always put this girl out to go and meet the guy on a dating site. And then she's always interested in how much money he has, what kind of credit cards, do you have money in your pocket, blah, blah, blah. And then she lures him back to her apartment where there's 2 or 3 guys waiting there to hit the guy over the head, and they're going to steal everything that he has. This is normal stuff. And it's up to you guys that are investing right now. I mean, sure, we might have lost, 2,000, 3,000, but this is all going to come back on those people. And I think cheesecake means cheese. We caught you. We have the cake, right? There's pictures of all this. You don't just move over it. Oh, it didn't happen. No, just like those people that called in during the break, they are sitting on a huge stack of papers that they've been documenting all of the fraud, the technique, and the software programs that were used to commit this embezzlement. All of that goes to a class action lawsuit, and I put the link on consciousness963.com so you guys can get a case going. Because I don't know who's doing it. All I know is it's wrong. And it shouldn't happen. And anybody that is standing tall with QSI, all of you guys are going to be scrutinized because you guys are an accessory. You alluded to the fact that your site was secure because you're the expert. Okay, 6 minutes, and yeah, I got more.
You've been listening to The Quantum Shift. The Quantum Shift. Live every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. where we stimulate your mind to the endless possibilities. For more information on the hosts of The Quantum Shift, Dr. Sam Mugzzi and Digital Tom, as well as links to an array of enlightened articles that will further educate your mind, please visit www.ebh.club. That's ebh.club.
There is a space age quality to them.
The Quantum Shift.